Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for coming out tonight. I'm Rebecca Lescombe. I'm also running for County Commissioner District 2, and I'm running because I'm passionate about this county. I want to help drive a new vision of what is possible in Luna County. Too often, we focus on what's wrong, including our microphones, but we need to focus on what we do have. And what we have is stuff that everyone loves. We have great weather, great wide open spaces, cost of living, friendly people. We also have a lot of stuff that we don't always talk about. We have 4 state parks within 30 minutes. We have Columbus and Pancho Villa. We have the Continental Trail. We have the Butterfield Trail, petroglyphs, the ibex hunting, Trees Lake and fishing. We have golf. We have hot springs nearby. We have OHV hiking and biking trails. We have Mexico and the iconic Pink Store, which I'm sure you all have been to. We have the greatest chili in the Southwest. Sorry, Hatch, it's true. And we have a couple of great wineries, too. So we need to capitalize on what we do have, and we need to leverage those assets to attract retirees and visitors. We need to rework our economic strategy to create new entrepreneurs to service these retirees and these visitors who will come to our community once we expand on our recreation assets. I will focus on accountability and transparency. I am dedicated to making sure you know what's going on in your county. I will hold each department responsible for the money that they are accountable for. I will work with state legislatures to free the 16,000 properties that are being held by our state for delinquent property taxes. I grew up in Las Cruces. I have a degree in accounting. I've lived in Deming now for about 30 years. My husband and I have raised our 6 children here. We have our winery, of course, here in Deming, 300 employees throughout the states. I'm proud that Luna County is our headquarters for our business. I have bring to this county commissioner seat business experience, innovative solutions, finance, budgeting, and fund accounting experience. My mission is to use your tax money wisely and transparently. I am Rebecca Lescombe. I'm running for County Commissioner District 2, and I'd appreciate your vote. Thank you.
An opening statement for 2 minutes.
Okay, the pianist told me to put my voice really close to the microphone so all of you can hear me well. So I will do exactly that. I'm Colette Chandler, and I'm running for County Commissioner, District number 2. So if you're in District number 2, I would appreciate your vote. So I want to be a County Commissioner because I have a family of 5 children, and we could be the hub of the Southwest. That was some words that I heard back in the 40s that they said about the great access of I-10 and the railroad right here and the port of entry just south of us, that we could easily become the hub of the Southwest. But our problem here is, I asked one of the business owners downtown if they felt safe in our community, and they told me that they did not feel safe, and that the people working there and their own customers, that they had to lock the door sometimes, and they had to ask the customers to come and get one of them to let them out of their business because they weren't safe because of the people that were going by. And so when people feel safe here in their businesses, we will thrive and become that hub of the Southwest. And then our children will want to be able to come back here. That's what I would love to see. We raise our children, a lot of us, to expect to have to go somewhere else in order to make their way of living, that we don't expect them to come back to Deming. I love Michelle's excitement about Deming and how much she loved it here. And I would love to see that in our children, but we need to have the type of jobs that they can come back to. So we need to, as your next county commissioner, I would work really hard to come back so that our children can come back to a place that they love and a place where they can have the jobs and the type of life that they want. I would also build other coalitions with county commissioners in other parts of New Mexico. There have been commissioners who have done exactly what we want to do. Is that the end already? Well, they have done exactly what we want to do here. And so those people are the kind of people that I want to build those coalitions with so that we can learn from them and that we can bring them here and we can bring those types of ideas to our place right here, right now. And so I guess my timer went off, and so that's all I get to say. But if you are in District 2, please vote for me, Colette Chandler.
Okay, question for both candidates. Those of us who've been paying attention for a while know that the county and the city have had different relationships at different times, sometimes a lot of close collaboration, sometimes not so much communication back and forth. Could you speak to how you would forge a good relationship with the city government of Deming, the village government of Columbus, in terms of economic development and strategizing for capital projects?
We're lucky in Luna County, we do have good relationships at this point. Chris Bryce and Aaron Sarah work very well together. I'm very proud of both entities for being so supportive of each other. In order for my vision to come to fruition, we have to continue these close ties. Economic development is not a Luna County or a city thing. We both have to work together with this. I want to develop the recreational assets. The assets are mostly within the county, but we need the services within the city to be able to provide for the tourists and retirees that may come to our town. So I would continue to encourage the close working relationships that we already have.
Okay, I think that she already talked about a little bit about this, but I want to go ahead and expand on it, is that we need to go ahead and build those coalitions with these people. So we have to build it inside of the city, and we have to build it inside of the Columbus with the mayor and the other constituents that work there. And we have to become friends with them, and we have to learn what their problems are. And we have to understand what it is that they need in their community, and not just what they think they need, but what they really need down there, so that we can help them. Same with up here, so that we can understand from the people, from you guys, exactly how you want your county to be. And we're talking about transparency here in both of these places, and good communication, and that comes with building relationships with people. So I would say, first of all, that we have to build those relationships so that we can have those kind of conversations with people, and so that we can meet their needs and your needs right here in our town, in our own Luna County. Thank you very much.
Thank you both. Okay, so the next question. Again, I'm sort of combining, because we have, again, as I go through the rest of this pile, more questions about taxes, which we've addressed. The county works more on the budgeting side of that. But perhaps each of you can take a turn and talk about how you would approach prioritizing capital projects, roads that are in disrepair, or other kinds of properties that, you know, we make a list, we have to have priority projects, we have to get funding. How would you approach making decisions about what to prioritize and where in the county?
Yes, I agree that we have to listen to you and work for you. We're always your public servants, and we're always here for you. We also have our county manager and our commissions that go up to Santa Fe once a year that have to take advantage of the capital funding that's available. It's a complicated process to get the funding down here, and it's not always that we can say we want this or that. It can be one of our priorities that we ask for from the governor, but oftentimes a lot of our money is going to come to us through special projects and special grants. Only $7 million comes from our local property tax. Our budget is going to be $58 million this year. The rest of that's going to come from the government, from the state government, the federal government. So we have to prioritize our projects based on what kind of grants and funding we can get. So we will work closely with the state government to get the best funding to meet our needs as the community. We will listen to your requests and try to get everything that we can down here in Luna County. Thank you.
Okay, I think he said a lot of that already, was prioritizing how we do things within the county. That comes from you people. You tell us exactly how to do it. Well, I've been to lots and lots of county commissioner meetings, and I've been to a lot of them where the people have come in and said, we got pulled over for this or that on our roads, and this shouldn't happen to us. And we've had to address those. Our county commissioners have had to address those kinds of people. And all of that stuff needs to come from you people, how you want your county to be. And prioritizing and money, it all comes down to us in our budgets. But we have to hear from you. And so that's why, as a county commissioner, I would want to have those set hours so that you would come in and tell me, these kinds of things happen to me, or these are the things I would like to see within my community. And that way, we can make sure that those things happen for you, and they happen for your fellow neighbors. and the people in the community that want to have those things within their community. That's how we come across the prioritizing. The budget part, I think I will learn a lot in my new position as your county commissioner for number 2, as far as the budget and how it goes. But again, I would say that the priority to that comes from you people. You have to tell us exactly how you want us to spend that money, and that's how we will spend that money. And thank you for your time.
One more for each of you. Another theme in this pile of questions is there's a lot of references to problems across the county. Of course, unemployment is historically very high. There's poverty throughout the county, both our cities and on county lands. What is the role, as you see it, for the county government? What can county government do in partnership with other law enforcement and public safety agencies to address some of the problems of poverty, homelessness, and blight across the county?
Can you reread the question? There was a lot of facets to that.
Yeah, there were. Basically, what can county government do in partnership with law enforcement, other public agencies, city governments to address homelessness, poverty, these sort of negative issues that people address again and again in our county?
Okay. One of my priorities would be to get a mental health and substance abuse center here. I'd like to have a private one here, if we can get it here any way that we can. We desperately need this. We've seen an influx of homeless in our community, and the number one cause of homelessness is some sort of addiction, whether it's mental or mental health or addiction, and we need a way to treat these people. Our judges are telling us this, our sheriffs are telling us this, everyone's telling us that we cannot deal with the people that have these problems. So we have to get these services in place for these people. Right now we're having to ship people off to Albuquerque, or we have to get in a special psychologist from goodness knows where from up north, and it's time consuming, it's a waste of time for our deputies. They're driving people 200 miles to get the care that they need. We need to get those services here as soon as we can. Thank you.
I would say that a lot of that, the law enforcement part, comes with building those relationships again. And we have to understand what is on the books and enforce it. We've had that said a lot of times tonight, and we don't know really what's on the books sometimes. And if we don't know, then we need to find out. We need to find out the city and the county and what they say, and the state, what they say about loitering and trespass. And that will help take care of some of our homeless. Some of our homeless we've already addressed legally, and we've talked about the problems that them having the problems in their head or problems with drugs going on, and that we need to find ways to address those. And we have to take a very proactive stance on those types of things in order to get them changed. Our community really needs economic growth. That's what we need here. And we have several communities that have already done that here in New Mexico. We can take their playbook and we can use it a lot right here in Luna County. I have ideas of my own also that we can put in, but we have to be law-abiding citizens about this. But there are a lot of you that are entrepreneurs that are sitting out there in this audience, and this isn't a business-friendly environment on some things. And so those types of things need to be addressed. I personally have been a private business owner 3 times here in New Mexico, right down here in Luna County. I've had the dance studio, the floral shop that belonged to my mother-in-law, and the ranch. And we've had very complex financial arrangements made in each of those places. And those are the kinds of things that we have to look at when we're looking at bringing in new businesses into our area. So we have to deal with crime along with the things that are already here and in place, and we have to implement those. And then we have to go ahead and put in new ideas about things that in counties that have worked here in New Mexico, that we can bring those into here and make them work for us.